that was Purdy's worst game of his career. It's certainly up there. 3 interceptions in the first half. He doesn't put enough zip on the ball. Turnover machine. He was making the right reads. And that last interception was just unreal. Just an unreal play by J.C. Horn. So I'll give him that. But it didn't look good. Purdy did not look good tonight. With Mac playing so good all year long, you know you're going to hear the critics. It's very clear, guys. Purdy is the guy. No matter how much you argue, no matter what you're going to say, no matter what debate you bring up, Purdy is the guy, and the playbook obviously opens up with him. He's clearly more athletic. He can make things happen. I saw Purdy escape the pocket tonight and get first downs that I know for a fact Mac Jones just can't do. He doesn't provide that. What Mac Jones does do well compared to Purdy is he throws the rock with a lot more zip on it, I would say. When I watch Purdy throw across the middle of the field, there is a big difference when I watch Baker and Dak Prescott throw across the middle. They throw with confidence. They throw with electrifying speed. Brock Purdy just doesn't do that. He lets the ball hang in the air for way too long, and that's a big reason why he underthrows and misses his targets and why half the time it's a turnover. He's got to limit the turnovers if he's not going to be a true game changer in the NFL, because he's not. Obviously, right? He's not your Josh Allen, and he doesn't put on the cape and take over games. Listen, he deserved to be paid for what he's given to this franchise, walking in as Mr. Irrelevant, taking them to multiple conference championships, a Super Bowl, putting the team on his back when they needed a quarterback to rely on. He's been great, but the turnovers have to be cleaned up. What I will say is that it is clear that Kyle Shanahan is a phenomenal head coach, because in the second half, he masked all of Purdy's inefficiencies. Everything he was struggling with disappeared, because Shanahan understood it's not his night. He's not doing great things. He had a great halftime interview. He said it as it was. Purdy was making decent reads, just missing the passes, missing his guy. But it's very clear that Shanahan is a quarterback guy and is an offensive mastermind. Brock Purdy by no means is a top 10 QB in the NFL. Yet Shanahan has made him look like a top 10 QB, and he's made his offenses extremely productive, even with average to slightly above average quarterback play. You're going to ask, why did they pay Brock Purdy? Well, it's tough. The quarterback market is tough in the NFL. It's tough to determine when to move off a quarterback, when to keep one. Vikings moved off Sam Darnold after seeing what he did the last few weeks of their season, the playoff game against the Rams. Now you're looking back at that with a sour taste in your mouth, right? What if Brock Purdy left and he balled out somewhere else? Who knows? So it's tough to determine that. But as long as they have Shanahan and Saleh, this team will be fine. They will always be contenders with Shanahan calling the offense, with CMC. Christian McCaffrey needs to be studied. He is an absolute dog. I'll talk about it later in the Offensive Player of the Year rankings, but he is top 10, I believe, in receiving yards and top 11 in rushing yards this season. He transforms this offense. And when he's out there, it's the equivalent of having an elite QB. That's the impact that CMC carries for this offense. It completely opens up. 2-yard gains become 8-yard gains, become 15-yard gains. He's so versatile as both a running back and a receiver, and I know the running game hasn't necessarily been at its best this season, but Christian McCaffrey has been a true workhorse, getting 30 to 40 touches per game, coming off a season-ending injury or multiple injuries that kept him out for a while last year. He's been a dog. You'd expect a guy with such a crazy injury history to be scaled back, but Christian McCaffrey looks better and better every time I see him, regardless of what injuries he has sustained. He seems to come back in better shape every single time. I called him a Hall of Famer a few weeks ago, and I stand on that. He is absolutely a Hall of Famer. He is a generational talent. And unfortunately, he hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. Obviously played in one. But he's a guy that I would love to see back in a Super Bowl with an opportunity to get his well-deserved ring. He's just a special talent, man. He really is. And the fact he's a white running back too, come on, baby. You know we love our white skill boys on the podcast. No bias, but I don't mind myself a little Jordy Nelson, a little Cooper Kupp. You know what I mean? Those are my boys. Anyways, that was that for the Niners. The defense has been absolutely unreal considering the injuries that they've sustained, of course. Salah's done a great job since he got there. I think Salah got so much shit in New York for no reason. Like, yeah, maybe it wasn't perfect with Rodgers, but I think he got fired at 2-2 or 2-3. New York's a disaster all the time. Salah might not have been the problem. Like, he went there and the defenses were good units. What do you want him to do? Right? Like, you brought in Rodgers to fix the offense. It didn't work, and you fire Salah. And now Rodgers is gone and the Jets stink. Hilarious. Anyways, that's it for the Niners.